dominance. Look at history of canines. Look at the quadrupedal chimpanzee with the canine being very long. And bipedal, this is an early probable ancestor of humans, possible ancestor. The canine is already somewhat reduced. Like grasping hallux, it means that the foot can still grab onto a branch, but it's bipedal. Australopithecus bipedal, reduced. Homo erectus, about anywhere from 2 million to about 200,000 years ago, something like that, reduced, and modern reduced as well. So canine is not very important for us in terms of agonistic displays or social life. And there's not much sexual dimorphism either. You can't tell, you just have a canine tooth, you can't usually tell if it's male or female. So there's much less sexual dimorphism in humans than it is in the apes. Well, let's look at genetic differences between humans and apes. There's some interesting ones here. Depending on how you work it, humans and chimpanzees share about 94 to 98% of our genes. But then there's some genes that have been changed. So mostly for the better, I think. First of all, in the last 200,000 years, the FOXP2 gene mutated, which allows for language. And by language, I mean a complex set of symbols that respond to not only the oral and the oral. Put those on the board. Oral or oral. In other words, we can speak and understand. There's this link that chimpanzees don't have. This FOXP2 mutation allows that. Now, it happened about 200,000 years ago. And the question is, did Neanderthal have language? And the answer is obviously yes. We have found the FOXP2 gene in Neanderthal DNA. And, of course, some of the archaeological finds that we make also make it obvious that they probably did. Now, this is also about the time that modern humans evolved in Africa, somewhere between 160 and 190 or 200,000 years ago. So this may be the click that made us moderns. Now, a much earlier mutation is the 6-2 gene that controls tissue growth at the base of the skull. It's a gene that keeps the base of the chimpanzee skull in balance. Humans have a mutation that broke that, so that the base of the skull could expand. So that's a much older gene. It goes back probably 2 million years or more. The AR androgen receptor gene eliminated spines on the penis. Many mammals, like cats, for instance, have spines on the penis. And what this does is it roughs up the vagina, which stimulates ovulation. And so cats only need one very quick go, and she is a mom pretty soon. We don't have that. Instead, human males have smooth penises, as the book says, which was a smooth move, basically, I think. Women were probably real happy about this. But this allows for a different kind of intimacy between individuals. And that is a continual receptivity on the part of the females and continual readiness on the part of the males. Now, whether it's the males or the females that are the most anxious to have sex, it differs from place to place. But, for instance, in some of the female Japanese macaques in a colony in Texas, the females were trying to get the boys interested. They just couldn't get the boys interested in sex. It wasn't that the boys wanted sex all the time. Also in human groups, we differ as to who is the anxious sex to have sex. In our culture, I'll just let you know what our culture is like. There was a classic paper by Tony Whitehead years ago, presented at the American Anthropological Association, where he studied Jamaicans. And in Jamaica, according to Tony, women feel that they have to have intercourse every day or they'll get a headache. And so they're anxious for their close friend or husband or whatever to have intercourse with them. Males, on the other hand, feel that if they have intercourse, they're going to lose their power. And so they try to avoid intercourse. And so, is that natural? Is our culture natural? Or is this a cultural kind of thing? Well, at any rate, this allows for, by not having spikes and not roughing up the vagina, this allows for intercourse on a continual basis. And that's exactly what we do in our species. We have intercourse on a regular basis. Depends on the couple, how often they want to have coitus, of course, but nonetheless, it is an endearing thing. If you read the book Stranger in a Strange Land, it's a science fiction book by Robert Heinlein. It's about a kid who was born on Mars, but his parents die, and he's raised by Martians. So he's given special powers, but by age 14 or 15, he's brought back to Earth. And of course, he doesn't know anything about humans, he just knows about Martians. And one of the things he finds out is that humans have sex. And of course, for a 15-year-old kid who who'd never been to Earth, it was kind of a strange thing. He didn't call it intercourse, he didn't call it coitus, he didn't call it anything but growing closer. That's what he called it, growing closer. And that's what it is. Couples who are endeared to each other, it is growing closer. It is a mechanism for endearing oneself to their mate. Such as a means of generating alliances in bonobo females, for instance. They were female-female sex. And that is a way of generating friendship and alliances so that good things will do that, and they will support each other in bad times. At any rate, this continual association of the male and female is made important to that, and it is one of the bases of lasting mating situations, where the guy doesn't just come and go, he walks and runs, as my father used to say about his Kiwanis Club, or whatever. The male stays, and the male and female continue to have relations. Touchy topic, I'm sorry, but that's the way we are. And one last thing that we lost, I don't know if this is good, bad, or different, but we lost sensory whiskers on the face. We no longer have whiskers on the face that are sensory like dogs and cats have when they have these whiskers. So that's that.